The first step for converting a test in Word to a quiz in Moodle is making sure you have the Word document formatted correctly. You want to make sure that you have your questions that are not numbered, and then your answers with A, B, C, and D in capitals, and then the word answer, a colon, and the correct answer. Next up, you're going to save it as a plain text file. So you'll go to File, Save As, choose where you want to save it, and then in Save As Type, choose Plain Text. Once you've named it, click Save, and when this pop-up comes up, click OK. So then you're going to go into your Moodle course. You have to make sure you have your editing turned on. And then under Settings, go to More, and then go to your question bank. And we're going to add a category for these questions. This step isn't required, it just helps you keep track of your questions and make sure that they're organized within Moodle. So I created a category called Welding Final. And then I'm going to import those questions into the class. So when you click Import, make sure you choose Aiken Format. And then under General, you're going to find that category you just created. And then you're going to upload the file. So I'm just dragging and dropping it into that box there. And then clicking Import. After importing, scroll to the bottom and choose Continue. And then you'll see all of the questions in your question bank. Next, you'll go back out to the course by clicking on the name of the course up top and actually create the quiz that you want to put the questions into. So I clicked Add an Activity and then Quiz, and then name the quiz. And in that description box, that's what the students will see. If you click on Timing, you can determine when the quiz opens by clicking Enable, closes, or a time limit if you want one. You just click or unclick Enable if you want that. And lots of other settings there. But we're going to go to adding the questions. So you hit Edit Quiz. I'm going to change the number of points so that the quiz is worth 100 because this is a final exam. And then add, and you want to do random because that will put the questions in a random order. And then choose the category where you just put all the questions and then the number of questions you want to add. So there were 50 questions total, so I'm going to add 50 and scroll to the bottom and add the questions. And now all 50 questions are on your quiz. So you can go back to the welding final by clicking on it. And then you can preview it and make sure it looks the way that you want it to look. Now in this particular quiz, there are quite a few questions where you see none of the above. And so I want to go in and edit that question and unclick Shuffle the Choices and then Save because you want none of the above to be the final answer. So if you scroll down again, we have another one where the order of the answers is important. So I'm going to unshuffle the choices and just keep doing that until the quiz looks the way you want it to look. If you don't want the questions to be random, you can add them in a specific order as well. So I'm just going to go back to Edit Quiz where we added those questions before. And I'm just going to add to the end, and you do from question bank instead of random. And you still choose that same place you put the questions, but now you can add questions one at a time by clicking that, or you can add a lot of questions by clicking those squares, and it'll add the questions specifically that you chose. See how above that it says random, and then those it shows you the exact questions that you picked. So if you don't want them in a random order, that's also an option.